Rebelution is a roots reggae music band formed in Santa Barbara, California. Current members of Rebelution are Eric Rachmany, Rory Carey, Wesley Finley, Marley D Williams, and Khris Royal. Biography: Rebelution is a band from Isla Vista, California. Founding band members Eric Rachmany of San Francisco, Matt Velasquez, Rory Carey, Wesley Finley of Prunedale, and Marley D Williams of Point Arena met in college while residing in Isla Vista, a beachside community near Santa Barbara. Throughout 2004 to 2005, Rebelution began to build momentum through consistently playing local shows and by independently releasing an EP. All four current members graduated from the University of California, Santa Barbara, getting degrees in religious studies, anthropology, film studies, and business economics. Rebelution released their first full-length album Courage to Grow in June 2007, which would become the breakthrough album for the band. The album was praised for its crafty melodies, socially conscious lyrics, and savvy musicianship. Courage to Grow went on to garner mass downloads and radio play on stations such as San Francisco Euro Unregistered Trademark S Live 105, where their single Safe and Sound was played on heavy rotation, with spins on San Diego a Euro Unregistered Trademark S91X and Los Angeles a Euro Unregistered Trademark SKROQ. The album was selected as iTunes Editora Euro Unregistered Trademark S Choice for Best Reggae Album of 2007. In addition, Courage to Grow peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Top Reggae Albums chart. 2 years after their first album, Rebelution released their second full-length album Bright Side of Life. On August 4, 2009, Bright Side of Life was officially released and dominated the iTunes charts, reaching the 1 spot on iTunes in the reggae music genre, and the number 3 spot for top albums downloaded in the United States in all genres of music. The album reached number 1 on the Billboard Top Reggae Albums chart and number 34 on Billboard a Eurosha Euro's Top 200. The release of Bright Side of Life marks the first release under Rebelution a Euro Unregistered Trademark S newly founded record label 87 Music, in association with Controlled Substance Sound Labs, the California-based music collective. The band also played at the Rathbury Music Festival, in summer 2009. The band performed at the 2010 Harmony Festival in Santa Rosa, California along with other well-known acts such as The Expendables, Slightly Stoopid and Lauryn Hill. They also performed at All Good Music Festival, Bonnaroo, Lollapalooza, Austin City Limits and Wakarusa Music Festivals in 2010. On January 10, 2012, Rebelution released their third studio album, Peace of Mind, through their own label 87 Music. The label, in partnership with Controlled Substance Sound Labs, simultaneously released 2 additional versions of the entire record as a multi-length triple album. Peace of Mind, Acoustic features all 12 original album tracks stripped down acoustic as well as Peace of Mind, dub remixed by Easy Stare Euro Unregistered Trademark S Michael Goldwasser. The album debuted at number 13 on the Billboard 200 charts, number 1 independent and number 1 reggae, and the number 4 iTunes album overall, selling 16,000 copies its first week, despite giving away half the album free to their fans over the 6 weeks prior to release. In May 2014, Rebelution performed as a headlining act at the California Roots Music and Arts Festival in Monterey, California. In September 2014, the band performed as a headlining act at the California Roots, the Carolina Sessions Festival as well as the Reggae Rise Up Festival in Tampa, Florida. RIU has quickly become one of the largest and respected reggae festivals in the country. Count Me In, the band a Euro Unregistered Trademark S fourth full-length release on its own label 87 Music, and partnering for the first time with Easy Star Records, marks its 10th year together. Released on June 10, 2014, Count Me In debuted as the number 14 album on the Billboard 200 Albums chart and the number 1 Billboard Reggae album. The album, which features contributions from Don Carlos and Collie Buddz, gave the band its third consecutive number 1 album on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. Rebelution is currently on the Count Me In tour with supporting acts Attribution, The Green, and Stick Figure. In December 2014, Count Me In was named as the best-selling reggae album of the year by Billboard. An acoustic version of the album was released in 2015 and again topped the Billboard reggae chart. The band plays 100 to 120 shows a year. Tours have taken them to South America, Guam, Aruba, New Zealand and Europe. They've performed at many world-renowned music festivals including Bonnaroo, Outside Lands Music and Arts Festival, Glastonbury Festival, Lollapalooza, Hangout Music Festival, and Austin City Limits Music Festival. The Euro-unregistered trademark they headlined and sold out Red Rocks and the Santa Barbara Bowl. Members: current, Eric Rachmany, guitars, vocals, Marley D Williams, bass, Rory Carey, keyboards, Wesley Finley, drums, Khris Royal, sax, percussion, Zach Mielowitz, trumpet, former, Matt Velasquez, guitars, vocals. Discography Studio albums Courage to Grow, Bright Side of Life, Peace of Mind, Count Me In Acoustic. EPs Rebelution, Remix EP, Count Me In Remix EP. References. External links, official website.